Hey y'all, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. Yes, I'm in the same shirt. We're here for day 13 on the Advent devotional readings. Alright y'all, so welcome back to day 13 of Vlogmas. Again, I don't know what the content is for this video because I am pre-filming 3 days. I said I was going to do 2, now we're doing 3. So I want to go ahead and finish this out today because this actually finishes out the prophecy section. Tomorrow we'll start the people of Christmas. So yeah, this has just been really interesting with the history and learning a lot of different things that I don't know about. So thought it was very interesting, and so we're going to continue on. And this is from the Star of Wonder Advent Devotional by Angela Hunt, and timestamps are below if you want to skip around, but we're going to go ahead and start with Jesus, honey. So, the prophecy of Melchizedek. In Psalm 110, 1-4, we find yet another prophecy concerning the arrival of the Messiah. A Psalm of David. Adonai declares to my Lord, sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet. Adonai has sworn and will not change his mind. You are a Cohen forever, according to the order of Melchizedek. God inspired David to write about the coming Messiah. He, Jesus, will sit at the right hand of God until his enemies have been brought low. The Messiah will be a priest forever in the order of Melchizedek. What does this prophecy mean? To understand, we need to review the story of the king of Salem. He is first mentioned in Genesis 14, 1-12. Abram had just rescued his nephew Lot from a coalition of enemy kings that had ransacked several cities on the way home. Abram was greeted by 2 rulers, Melchizedek, king of Salem, which later became Jerusalem, and the unnamed king of Sodom. Melchizedek brought bread and wine to sustain Abram and his men. He was a priest of God Most High, and he blessed Abram, saying, Blessed be Abram by El Elyon, creator of heaven and earth, and blessed be El Elyon, who gave over your enemies into your hand. Genesis 14, 19-20. Abram honored Melchizedek by giving him 1/10 of everything he had with him. Then the king of Sodom, whose city had been pillaged by the enemy coalition, pillaged by the enemy coalition, told Abram, give me the people, the possessions, take for yourself. Genesis 14:21. In other words, if Abram would return the people taken from Sodom, he could keep all the treasure, animals, and goods taken from the city. What did Abram do? He accepted the blessing of Melchizedek and then responded to the king of Sodom, I raise my hand in the oath of Adonai, El Elyon, creator of heaven and earth. Not a thread or even a sandal strap of all that is yours I will take. Will I take? So you will not say, I've made Abram rich. Abram returned all the people, including his nephew who had been taken from Sodom, along with all the goods and livestock. The writer of Hebrews reminds us of that event in Hebrews 7, 1-3. For this Melchizedek was king of Salem, Cohen of God Most High, which is the priest of God Most High. He met Abraham, returning from the defeat of the kings, and blessed him, and to Abraham apportioned 1/10 of everything. First, by the translation of his name, he is king of righteousness, and then also king of Salem, which is king of shalom, or peace, without father, without mother, without genealogy, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like Ben Elohim, son of God. He remains a Cohen or priest for all time. And so it says, for years, scholars have debated whether Melchizedek was a Christ figure or possibly Christ himself. Some point to the fact that he is without father or mother as evidence that is a pre-incarnate appearance of Jesus. I've heard of this before. I have heard of this. Maybe my mom talked about this one time. They argue that the king of Sodom's offer is similar to Satan's temptation of Jesus, and the king of Salem's offer of bread and wine is what Jesus offered his disciples at the Last Supper. But others believe that he was a mortal, righteous man whose genealogy, birth date, and death date were just simply unreported in the scriptures. I say for certain that he was an appearance of the pre-incarnate Messiah, but he was certainly a picture of the Messiah to come. Yet David's prophecy in Psalm 110 is not focused on his identity. It was meant to show that that the coming Messiah would not be like other priests. The Messiah would be a king and a priest, one who would never die or be replaced. After Jesus' death and resurrection, no longer would Israel's priests need to follow the Levitical code to atone for sin through sacrifices. The penalty for sin was offered when Jesus the Messiah offered his sinless life to pay for the sins of the world. He paid a debt we could never satisfy, and now forgiveness is available to all who call upon his name. Amen. Moses had instituted the covenant law of his sacrifices. Jesus the Messiah instituted a new covenant for both Jews and Gentiles. Jesus is now the high priest for all humanity, the mediator between God and humans. No longer would Israel's high priests die and be replaced, for Jesus is the eternal high priest, fulfilling the prophecy of Psalm 110. Adonai has sworn and will not change his mind, a Cohen priest forever, according to the order of Melchizedek. And now we have a moment for wonder. In the Old Testament, the people's sins were forgiven on the Day of Atonement. 2 goats would be presented to the high priest, and lots were cast to see which goat would be sacrificed and which would be driven into the wilderness, and that's Leviticus. Based on Isaiah 1:18, though your sins be like scarlet, they will be as white as snow. The custom was to tie a red sash around the neck of the goat that symbolically carried the people's sins away. According to records, the red sash turned white as the goat was driven into the wilderness, a visible sign that God had forgiven Israel's sins. The records have an odd event that occurred 40 years before the destruction of the temple. The scapegoat sash failed to turn white. Why would God not forgive the people's sins in the year AD 30? Hebrews 10:16-18 provides an answer. After those days, says Adonai, I will put my Torah upon their hearts, and upon their minds I will write it. Then he says, I will remember their sins and their lawless deeds no more. Now where there is removal of these, there is no longer an offering for sin. Wow. Didn't think about that either. I'm telling y'all, your girl learning some things. Father, thank you for sending Jesus to not only be our Savior, but also our high priest and mediator. Thank you for allowing him to be a perfect human so he understands our weakness and our failings. Thank you for strengthening him to be fully God, completely holy and righteous. You could have sent a king who would rule us by force. You could have sent a priest who would demand that we pay with our own blood. You could have refused to send a Savior at all, leaving us to die in our sin. But you saw beyond our stubbornness and weakness. You looked past our pride and arrogance. You saw, above all, our brokenness and need for salvation, and you provided it. Thank you for sending Jesus at Christmas, our Savior, our King, and our eternal high priest. Amen. Oh, in Jesus' name, amen. So good, you guys. So interesting. This has been great. I've learned so much, and just different perspectives on things and interpretations. Just so much is here to unpack. So that was all the prophecies, and just like very interesting to see how everything ties together. So good. What has been like your favorite parts of this? Let me know if you want to down below. How are you enjoying this? Do you like this devotional? I know it's a bit long, so probably need something a little bit shorter if I ever do this again. But yeah, but I think it's definitely well worth the read. And, you know, there are parts I'm skipping, so I'm not reading it word for word, but sometimes, you know, I might skip some of the words that I don't know how to say as well. If you're following along, you know, I may just skip that word because I don't know how you pronounce it, but we're here. So yeah, really enjoying this. So tomorrow we will talk about the prophecies. Tomorrow we'll talk about the people of Christmas in part 3, and it'll be the Maccabees. So that's day 14. Thank you all, and let's get on to the Advent calendar openings.
Alright guys, we're back with day number 13. I know you're excited to see this part in the video because it's the best part. But as we count down, we're halfway to Christmas, so we're getting excited. Day number 13.
Alright, let's go, Hooves.
So I guess she wants me to start, so alright, you know the drill with this janky thing here. So
I moved the camera closer, hopefully it's better. Those last ones were kind of far away.
Oh, we got a pack. I wonder what this one is.
More Pokemon that I don't know.
Oh, it's a fusion stripe. Oh, it's an actual pack, not the fun pack. So this means this is an actual real card pack.
Real card pack.
Real cards.
Whatever that means.
It just means it's not like a, you know.
Not like a special.
Yeah, the 4, those started kind of ripped. Those were like fun packs, so no, it's fine.
All right.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is like these packs are more the traditional packs. When you buy them, you usually get 10 or 11 cards. So the fun ones are just kind of like
a handful.
Yeah, they call them fun because they're just like, they're not even like real sets. They're kind of just like play off the reels. I don't know. I'm not a Pokemon wizard, so probably more Pokemon. I don't know. Starting with Quillifish. I don't know.
What?
I don't know who this is either.
He looks mad.
He does.
Like he's a puffer fish.
He didn't get what he wanted for Christmas, so he's mad. Corsola.
That's a no for me. What is that?
Baltoy. Oh, that isn't.
What
Oh, that's kind of cute. It's like a little Pikachu.
Minion?
Minion?
It kind of looks like Pikachu.
Oh, okay. This was the coolest one here. Maybe like a rabbit. It's probably like a rabbit.
Yeah. Well, it's a shock. It's electric.
Yeah. So like maybe an electric rabbit. Panseer. He's like a monkey. Okay, we got a reverse Toxtricity. This is cool. I've actually heard of this one.
Tell them what reverse means.
Basically, the hollow parts are on the bottom instead of in the part with the Pokemon. That's why they call it reverse. See how the top part's not hollow?
That was cool.
Dragapult. I don't know this guy either. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not an expert, but it is a hollow.
They just like seeing us every day. It's all right. You don't have to know. Energy cards, spongy gloves, a bird.
I don't know this guy either. This is bad. I don't know who this guy is.
Don't know. I mean,
quality of the cards is not bad. Actually,
at least you're adding to the collection.
Yeah, these are some Pokemon. So that's cool. Toxtricity, I've heard he's actually a pretty good Pokemon. I don't think it's worth a whole lot, but you know, hey, it's for fun.
All right.
That was kind of a interesting pack because I don't know a lot of the Pokemon. Actually, I didn't know any of these. There was not one original in this pack. Anyways, not that matters. It's cool.
All right. So, my day 13. Ooh, it's a bigger one.
Ooh.
It's Dobby.
Okay, yeah, we did 12 down there. Yeah, so 13. Look at 17. Got the hippogriff.
I hope 14's a bookmark. All right, let's see what
yeah, 14 looks
13.
like a bookmark.
Let's hope it's nothing weird. I've gotten some weird things. I can't get this up. Ain't got no nails. Let's see. What?
What's this one? Ooh.
Is this a recipe card?
No way. Let me see that.
Hold on. It's got this sticky on it.
It ain't gonna hurt you. What is it?
Hold on. Are we gonna have to make this in a video?
What is this? What is that? They want to see her bake, right?
I don't know about this. Neville Longbottom's Toad in the Hole.
Hold on, man. What is this? Oh my gosh, it is a recipe. Has anyone seen a toad? A boy named Neville.
Show the camera. Get
lost
close.
one. So there's a recipe. I know you guys want it, so there you go. Apparently, for the batter, 1 cup milk, tablespoon Worcestershire. Oh my gosh, Worcestershire. Okay, yeah, everybody knows what I'm talking about there. That's Dijon mustard, 3 eggs. So what is this? So it's like a...
I don't know.
Oh, wow, it's a sausage dish for the sausages. 1 pound sausage. This is like a sausage meal.
I guess it's a breakfast meal.
You know what? I would actually...
All right, what's it say?
I would eat it.
the oven, make the batter, make sausages.
I do like sausage. I would eat it, so... Just saying.
Okay. What if? We got a recipe card, okay? So, that's pretty much it for day 13. We'll see y'all tomorrow for day 14.
See you guys. That was good. Yeah, let's go ahead and knock these out. I'm actually ready. Let's go. I don't want to do it. I just knock them
out. Hey y'all, it's Amanda. Oh, wait a minute, you already have heard the introduction. I keep forgetting. It feels like the 3rd video. I'm almost lost my voice. I've debated not filming this right now, but I need to, so we're going to go ahead and do it. The lighting is a little weird right now. Sometimes my videos, I've noticed, have had like a light glare. Like my face looks extra white, I think sometimes because of this light. So, I don't know, we're here. Woo! Hey! Okay, I don't know. That'd be all right. We'll use this light today. How about that? I don't know how this is going to come across. But today we're talking about my most anticipated releases for the first quarter of 2024. And I'm so excited about this. So let's dive into everything, okay? There's a lot to unpack here, you guys. So when I say the first quarter, I mean January, February, March, and April, okay? That's what I'm supposed to say. Really, I guess we'll say, because really April's like second quarter. So what am I saying? I didn't say that. Okay. Anyway, we're talking about my most anticipated releases for winter and spring, early spring. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get into it because we don't need more introductions at this point. And I may end up losing my voice, but I have my iPad here. All of the books will be linked below from Maker Book House if it's on there. Most of these are Christian fiction, and if they're pre-orders, you'll get 40% off usually if they are Bethany House or Revell. Highly recommend doing it through Baker Book House. Highly recommend it because the packaging, Bezos needs to take tips. Somebody said that in the comments. Yes, ma'am. Because the packaging comes and you about can't hardly get it open because it's so like packaged good. You got to really like get it out. Okay. And so we love to see that because my books ain't never damaged. So yeah, all the links will be down below if you want to check out the synopsis, all that stuff. But let's go ahead and talk about it. So for January, covers will be on the screen, titles below. January 2nd, we have Fragile Designs by Collen Coble. And Collen Coble writes like romantic suspense usually. So I'm assuming that's what this is. Some dangerous family secrets, it sounds like. Carly Tucker's police officer husband is killed during a break-in. A home break-in. She knows that her side hustle finding the antique treasures at flea markets is not enough to support her and their infant son Noah. So her grandmother's proposal to have her and her two sisters restore the family's waterfront Beaufort home into a bed and breakfast that Carly will run is intriguing, but it's daunting with the animosity that exists between the three sisters. Okay, so there's animosity. We got family drama again. Colleen Coble, we love to see it. So just like Andy Peterson, we got some tea in this. We got some tea. Okay, and so Carly never expected as she begins to go through the attic, she finds a letter in her husband's handwriting 2 days dated before his death. Eric had discovered that Carly's grandma was adopted, and Carly is certain that Graham is not aware of this and already has begun tracking down her birth family. And what? Is it possible Eric's death was not random? Honey! With few options, Carly reaches out to Graham's neighbor Simon, the older brother of her high school sweetheart, who is a local homicide detective. Okay, there it is. There's the romance. And one of the items in the trunk is an enameled egg, and it's truly a Fabergé egg. The value could set her up for life, and would certainly be worth killing for. This, I'm telling y'all, this is the first time I read the synopsis of this. I need to know the tea. Audiobook for this, for sure. So that comes out on the 2nd. I said I wasn't going to read the synopsis, but that was too good not to read. So anyway, we've got January 2nd. So then on January 3rd, y'all, Laura Frantz, The Seamstress of Acadie. And this is in 1754. We've got tensions between the French and the British on Canada's Acadian shore, reaching a fever pitch. I can't even say words. Seamstress Sylvie Gallant and her family are French-speaking Acadians wishing to remain neutral. They're caught in the middle. The land's positioned between two forts, flying rival flags. And there's preparations for the celebration of Noel, the talk of unrest, coming war, and William Blackburn is a British Army Ranger raising havoc across North America's borders. Honey, as summer takes hold in 1755 and British ships appear on the horizon, she encounters Blackburn, who warns her of the coming invasion. Rather than participate in her forced removal of the Acadians from their land, he resigns his commission. But that cannot save Sylvie or her kin. Relocated on a ship to Virginia, she struggles to pick up the pieces of her life. When her path crosses one more time with Williams, they have to work together through their complex tangle of what they've shattered past to navigate the present and forge an enduring future. So, lots of history going on there. So, keep that in mind. It sounds like a very historical book, don't it? So, I will be reading that one for sure. It's on my NetGalley, but we'll see. So, So on January 16th, we've got the Divine Proverb of Streusel by Sara Brunsvold. Now, y'all know Mrs. Kipp has took the world by storm in last year, and so now we add the Divine Proverb of Streusel. This is a short paragraph. Let's read it. Shaken by her parents' divorce and discouraged by the growing chasm between herself and her serious boyfriend, Nikki Werner seeks solace at her uncle's farm in a small Missouri hamlet. She'll spend the summer there, picking up the pieces of her shattered present so she can plan a better future. But what awaits her at the ancestral farm is a past she barely knows. Among her late grandmother's belongings, she finds an old notebook written with handwritten German recipes and wise sayings pulled from the book of Proverbs. With each recipe she makes, she invites locals to the family table to hear their stories about the town's history, her ancestors, and her estranged father. What started as a cathartic way to connect to her heritage soon becomes the means through which she learns how the women before her endured, with the help of their cooking prowess. I don't know what that means. Okay, anyway, Nikki realizes how delicious streusel with a healthy dollop of faith can serve as a guide to heal the wounds of the past. My heart. That's going to be good. The 23rd, I've got 3. January 23rd. For the 23rd, the Foxhole Victory Tour by Amy Lynn Green. I also have this on NetGalley to read. Okay, this is a World War II. Worlds collide when performers across the United States unite to tour North Africa in a USO variety show. So we've got this character, Maggie. She's trying not to get fired from her wartime orchestra. She can't help from speaking her mind. There's an overseas adventure with the USO's camp. Seems like a perfect start. There's a wealthy woman named Catherine who signs with the USO to leave behind her restrictive life of privilege and to find out what happened to the handsome pilot whose letters mysteriously stopped arriving. The 2 women are joined by an eclectic group of performers, a scheming blues singer, a veteran tap dancer, and a brooding magician. But the harmony of their troupe is shattered when their tour manager announces that he will recommend for one of them for a new job in the Hollywood spotlight. Each of the 5 members has a reason to want the contract, and they'll do whatever is necessary to get it. Honey, we got some stuff going on in that. There will be some tea in that for sure. So there's going to be combat in Tunisia, personal crisis, and wartime dangers. So yeah, I'm going to be reading that too. Next one, I'm not reading this from NetGalley, but it does sound very interesting. Love this cover. I remember sharing this for a cover reveal, and that is Up From Dust by Heather Kaufman. It's a biblical fiction all about Martha. And so it says, Heather Kaufman gives us a biblical story with a heart for today's world, pulling us out of an array of joy and hope and sorrow and loss. And that's from Misu Andrews. Collen Cassette says it takes us on an intriguing journey through heartbreak and healing. It's a strong debut from Heather Kaufman that leads readers directly to the joy of the empty tomb. Martha of Bethany is a woman of dust, undone and unseen in her hurt and loss. After her mother's untimely death, the responsibility of raising her siblings, Lazarus and Mary, lies heavily on her shoulders. Yeah, this is all about Martha, and I'm interested in reading it, but like I said, I'm not going to pick that one for review just because of like timing and everything. I don't have time for it, but it does sound so good. So yeah, that's a biblical fiction release for January. And then we've got the next book in the Cold Pursuit stuff, okay? So Ryland and St. Clair series is what they're calling it, but Cold Pursuit's book 1 by Nancy Mill. Nancy plays too much, honey, because I'm telling you, her books got me like, what? They are so good. I'm like, y'all, my mind is always blown with her. So I'm definitely reading this one. And this says 20 years ago. It's pretty short. Several people were murdered in Des Moines, and the only evidence left behind was a snowman ornament. What? A snowman ornament hanging on a tree in their front lawns. Y'all, with a suspect behind bars, the killings have come to an end, or so everyone thought. But now crimes with a similar MO are happening again in a small Iowa town, and so detectives got to strike back, basically. So, okay, we here for this. I need to know. Okay, River and Tony back at it again. So, yeah, we here. I'm definitely going to be reading that one. So, then we go into February, okay? And then February the 6th, we've got All My Secrets by Lynn Austin. Really excited about this because I really enjoy Lynn Austin's books, y'all. They're so good. They're just really great historical books. In the Gilded Age of New York, 3 generations of women in one family must reckon with the choices they have made and their hopes for the future. So 1898 is the year. I'm not going to read all this synopsis. It's very lengthy, but it definitely sounds good. We've got characters, family drama. We've got all this stuff going on. And the last sentence says, bringing their secrets to light, can they hope to reshape their family inheritance into a legacy more fulfilling than they ever dared dream? Let's go. I need to know. So that will be linked down below. All of these will be. What am I saying? Then we've got book 2 in the Pearl River series by Patricia Bradley. Book 1 was Counterattack. I love that book. So this one comes out February the 6th, and it's called Fatal Witness. And this says we've got Danny Bennett. She witnessed the brutal murder of her parents as a child. So with no memory of the incident and her true identity, she was forced to take on a new name and a new life, hidden away in Montana for the past 25 years. Mae Richmond has spent the same stretch of time searching for her granddaughter who went missing on the night that her daughter and son-in-law were murdered. Convinced the woman she saw in a pottery magazine feature is the woman she's been searching for, she enlists the help of K-9 officer Mark Lassiter of Pearl Springs, Tennessee, who tracks Danny down. Skeptical but curious, Danny sets out on a journey to uncover the secrets of the past and reclaim her true identity. Ooh, I'm not reading a synopsis on that one either. I'm so bad about reading a synopsis before I grab stuff. I need to do better with that too. That needs to be a goal. So anyway, it sounds great. Sounds really great. Then, as y'all know, Becky Wade, February 14th, honey. We right here at it, okay? Sons of Scandal number 2, Rocky Road. Book 1 is Memory Lane. Really excited for this. I love the pink on this cover. And it says this is all about Jude, FBI agent Jude Camden. Yes. He handles every aspect of his job with the book professionalism. There's no reason why his latest assignment, which calls for him to pose as the boyfriend. Honey, we got fake date night read this. Yes, I ain't read none of these synopsis, y'all. This first time. So, yes, which causes him to have to pose as the boyfriend of perfumer Gemma Claire, should be any different. Gemma is different, though. She's creative, bold, and feisty. As soon as she meets Jude, she wants him to loosen him up, wrinkle his perfect shirts, and test every ounce of his towering self-control. Let's go! The FBI has an ironclad rule against romances between those working together on operations. Jude's never met a rule he didn't respect, but adhering to this one is going to be tough because as time goes by, he finds Gemma more and more irresistible. Buckle up. It's going to be a rocky road. I'm here for this, Becky. Let's go. Escape to Maine for this swoon-worthy fake romance, banter, humor, perfume, and a mystery. I'm here for this. So we go to, I'm probably not got this in order, but, I got out of order too, didn't I? Let's back up a little bit. Sarah Sundin has a new book on February the 6th. So, my bad. I wrote it out of order. It's called Embers in the London Sky. And this is a German army invades the Netherlands in 1940. I can't say the name, but Aledia, I don't know how you say her name. Van der Z Martens, that's her name. Okay, anyway. Escapes to London to wait out the occupation. She's separated from her 3-year-old son, Theo. And the young widow desperately searches for her little boy, even as she works for an agency responsible for evacuating children to the countryside. German bombs set London ablaze. BBC radio correspondent Hugh Collingworth reports on the Blitz, eager to boost morale while walking a fine line between truth and censorship. But the Germans are not the only ones that Londoners have to fear as a series of murders flame up amid the ashes. The deaths hit close to home for Hugh and Alida. We're going to go with Alida. It's Aleida. I guess Alida needs, so they need to help. And so, and she, I lost what I was saying, trying to spell her name. She needs Hugh's help to locate her missing son. As they work together, they grow closer and closer, both to each other and the answers that they seek. So, yeah, I will be reading that one. February 13th, I'm backing up again. The Irish Matchmaker by Jennifer Dibble. Y'all know I have loved Jennifer Dibble's books. So excited. And so we've got, this next one is their historical romance. Okay, I've not been saying the genres, but we here. This is a historical romance. And this is as daughter of a well-known matchmaker. I love a good matchmaker stuff. So, Katrina, I don't know how you say it. It's spelled like Katronia I don't know, Katrina is what I'm going to say. She is no stranger to the business of love and sees it as her ticket away from the sleepy village that only comes alive during the annual matchmaking festival. Okay. Enter Lord Osborne's son, Andrew, who has returned to the festival after being disappointed by a rival matchmaker's failed setup. She seizes the opportunity to make a better match for the handsome man and for herself. Girl, what you doing? Cattle farmer Donald something. He's in desperate need of a wife after loss left him to handle the farm and raise his daughter on his own. Shy and lacking the finer social graces, he agrees to attend the matchmaking festival to appease his daughter. But when he arrives, it's not any of the other merrymakers that catch his eye, but rather his matchmaker, who clearly has eyes for somebody else. What is this? She will have to put her expertise to work to make a match that could change her life forever. Honey, what is happening? Okay, we're gonna see. All right, we'll see. Now I'm nervous on that one. Is that a love triangle? Is that what that was saying? So, Lord Osborne's son Andrew, he returned to the festival disappointed by a failed setup. She seized the opportunity to make a better match for the man and herself. So it sounds like maybe she likes him. And then we got this cattle farmer come in. Ooh. I'm not one for a love triangle though, y'all. So I'm really hoping I like this. It's got to be done well. So we'll be here. Unless I'm reading it wrong. But don't I sound like it? I don't know. I love Jennifer's books though. So we're going to keep going. So, I'll be praying about that one. So, then we're back. Oh, I'm backing up again. Okay. 2 more of these on the 13th. My bad. Chasing the Horizon by Mary Keneally. Book 1 in her new series. And it says, her only chance at freedom waits across the horizon upon covering her tyrannical father's malevolent, I can't say that word. He has a bad plot. Malevolent, I don't know what that word is. A bad plot, we'll say. He's got a plot to commit her to an asylum. Beth fabricates a plan of her own. She ain't going. So, I'll just put my own stuff in here. She will rescue her mother, who has already been sent to the asylum, and escape together on a wagon train heading west. Ooh, let's go. Posing as sisters, Beth and her mother travel with the pioneers in hope of making it to Idaho before the others start asking too many questions. Wagon train scout Jake Holt, oh, we'd love to see it, senses that the mysterious women in his caravan are running from something. When rumors begin, why did I start getting extra southern reading this knowing it's a western? Running from something. They's running from something. Okay, what am I doing? We need to get through this. I've been filming 22 minutes. We still in February. When rumors begin to spread of Pinkerton agents searching relentlessly for wanted criminals who match the description of those on his wagon train, including Beth, she begins to open up to him, and he learns something more sinister is at hand. Uh-oh. We got stuff going on. So they're going to be risking their lives, their hearts, all this stuff. The Western cheese, maybe? Western craziness? I don't know. All right. Next, we've got Lady in Disguise by Melanie Dickerson, book 6 in the Derrick Tales. I don't even know what this video is. It's after midnight, you guys. So I'm about ready to go to bed, but we got to get this done. So, only the hidden treasure will allow Louisa. Oh, I really want to read this because it's got Scotland. Yeah, I remember this. I can't read this whole synopsis, y'all. I ain't doing it. But we in England, 1388. Louisa and her sister. Okay, only the hidden treasure will allow Louisa and her sister to gain their freedom. We're in England, 1388, and she has dreamed of finding this rumored giant's treasure, a collection of ancient lost riches on a mountaintop in Scotland, guarded by a fierce monster. So, that's all we need to know. I'm sorry. I cannot read all this. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's like YA Christian romance. So, yeah, she disguises herself as a boy and takes off for Scotland, it sounds like. So, there's some guy Charles is intrigued by this woman who claims her name is Jack and is set to go to Scotland. He goes along pretending to believe she's a boy in order to make sure nothing bad happens to her. And Louisa comes clean about her identity. The pair finds themselves falling in love. But what will happen when they reach Scotland? So, yeah, I'm going to read that for sure. I got that on NetGalley. Now, the next one is A Lady's Guide to Marvels and Misadventure. Okay, by Angela Bell. This comes out. It's my last one for February. And this comes out February 27th. Okay, this is a debut, and I'm really excited about it. So, because it kind of gives off the vibe for Around the World in 80 Days and The Nutcracker, I think. Clara Marie Stanton, the ex-fiance, begins to spread rumors that her family suffers from insanity. Look here. The ex-fiance spreading rumors. He gonna have to go. Clara, it's all Clara can do to protect them from his desperate schemes and the society prejudice. Her family may be eccentric, yes, but they're not insane. But they ain't insane. That's what I should have said. They ain't insane. Then Clara's grandfather brings on an apprentice with a mechanical leg, and all pretense of normalcy takes wing. Theodore Kingsley, a shame-chased vagabond, I don't know, skilled in repairing clocks, wants a fresh start from Kingsley Court, and the disappointed father who declared him dead. Upon returning to England, Theodore meets the clockmaker, who hires him as an apprentice, much to Clara's dismay. When he spontaneously disappears in his secret flying owl machine, what? He leaves behind a note for Clara, beseeching her to make her dreams of adventure a reality by joining him on a merry scavenger hunt. Honey! So they have to, like, follow clues and stay one... What is this? I've not read the synopsis on this one at all. I just thought it looked good on the cover. That sounds good. What is that? Angela Bell, girl, let's go. There's Victorian, if you like steampunk Victorian era quirky characters, tinkering inventors, wounded heroes, and a scavenger hunt. Okay. Around the World in 80 Days-ish scavenger hunt. Nods to the classic novel Heidi, scattered throughout the book, and the Nutcracker. I need to know. A gut-wrenching faith message that will have you stop and read and reread whole pages, highlight every word, and you will wipe the tears from your eyes. So that's somebody's review. Honey. Okay. I'd be here for that one. That's also on my NetGalley. I'm telling you, I messed up with all these NetGalley. I gotta get some done. I gotta check them off and go on. Alright, March. There's only 2 books in March. And let me get back to my pictures. I screenshotted all the synopsis so I don't have to look them up. If the Boot Fits. And this is book 2 after...
What's it called? Honey, where's it at? What was it called? I'm losing my voice. What's it called?
Fairest of Heart. There it is. Okay. Book 2 after... This is book 2 after Fairest of Heart. And I loved that one. I gave it 5 stars. It was so good. That was the first Karen Whitmire I'd ever read. It was so good. And so this one is determined to prove that Cattle King Eli Deering has no justification for evicting his stepmother and half-brothers. Asher Ellis uses the cover of a fancy ball to break into the Three Cedars Ranch to search for proof of wrongdoing. On the verge of discovery, he flees, but a boy's cry compels him to make a daring rescue. What? Spunky and independent, Samantha Deering balks when she learns the ball her father is hosting is in her honor and is nothing more than a matrimonial ambush. Uh-oh. Taking a break from her unwanted suitors, she spots a thief fleeing her home. When the stranger ends up saving her brother's life, she hides the only clue to his identity left behind. His boot. Let's go. Classic Cinderella. Yes. Okay, I'm here for this. How did I not know this? Okay, taking a break. What was I? Where was I? Immediately yes. Immediately yes. I did sign up for this. Okay, I'm glad. When the stranger ends up saving her, I already read that. What am I saying? Amanda, where you at? Samantha encounters the older brother of a student she tutors. All thoughts of the bootless mystery man vanish. And although Asher tries to keep his distance from Samantha for reasons of his own, A series of suspicious accidents befall her, and his protective instincts start to flare. Let's go. No matter the cost to their future. Western reimagining of Cinderella. Yes, please. We're reading it. So that comes out on March the 12th. Now, March the 12th also has Love Unscripted by Denise Hunter. So, you know, she had, what's that book from last year? I guess it's kind of like another book like this. What am I doing? A novel proposal come out like this year. So, this must be like another novel proposal type book because the covers look similar. They're not like a series or anything, but maybe she's trying to like have another summer read, you know, coming out. So she thought she scripted the perfect boyfriend, but she's convinced that the actor cast to play him doesn't know a thing about real love. I have read this synopsis because I read it to Amy because she likes Denise Hunter. So frustrated with the sad state of her dating life, restaurateur, however you say that. She has a restaurant, okay? Chloe Culpepper, the names. Chloe Culpepper. I forgot about that. She penned a single romance novel featuring the man of her dreams. Upon the book's publication, the hero resonated with thousands of women, catapulting the book to the top of the bestsellers list and earning a movie. Oh yeah, there's a movie. And so Chloe is thrilled because the production company wants to bring her movie to the big screen, film it in her hometown, Stillwater Bay, South Carolina. We in the South, yes. But when the producers end up casting... okay, yeah, so I forgot. But when the producers cast Liam Hamilton, he's a Hollywood playboy, for the part of her beloved guy in her book, she's all mad. So she says he's just like her unfaithful ex-boyfriend and her father, all this stuff. She's like, how can he possibly understand, much less portray this wonderful character? Okay, so they have an embarrassing first meeting, and the man hadn't even read her book. Okay, there's all this stuff. There's some deceitful tabloids going on. Minor commitment issues. His reputation and career is in jeopardy. And on the advice of his manager, he offers a bargain with this author to play this role if she will appear in public as his steady girlfriend. Oh my gosh, yes. I forgot about something else. Okay, I have read this, but I forgot. So, can a little quid pro quo offer a solution for both their problems? All right, cool. We're going to read that too. I'll be ordering that one. Or listening. The audiobook was okay for the other one, so maybe I'll find it on audio. Now, we're finally in April, and I've been filming for 32 minutes. Let's move. All right. Almost done, now I'm going to bed. Look, it's Saturday night, so I'm okay, but I really needed to, like, get some videos done. So, these tangled threads. I literally wrote down these tangled tales. That ain't it. It's these tangled threads. A novel of Biltmore. Now, this is one I don't plan to like pick up or anything immediately, but it's one that I would like to read at some point because it sounds good. Biltmore is someplace I'd love to visit. So, this is a new author, Sara Loudon Thomas. And so, 7 years ago, a hidden betrayal scattered 3 young friends living in the shadow of Biltmore, the Biltmore estate. Now, when Biltmore Industries master weaver Lorna Blankenship is commissioned to create an original design for Cornelia Vanderbilt's 1924 wedding, she panics knowing that she doesn't have the creativity needed. But there's an elusive artisan in the Blue Ridge Mountains, ooh, would love to see that, who could save her if only she could find her. So to track down the mysterious weaver, she sees no other way but to seek the relationships that she's abandoned in shame. As she pulls out each tangled thread from her old life, Lorna is forced to confront the wounds and regrets of long ago. So it kind of sounds like a friendship. Yeah, it's a novel of friendship, artistry, restoration, and second chances. So it's like a probably general contemporary or women's fiction story. So yeah, don't plan to pick it up immediately, but it sounds good, you know. So that comes out on April the 2nd. So then another book on April 2nd is...
I'm not screenshot that either. I didn't screenshot that. What am I doing?
Love in Tandem by Becca Kinzer. Now y'all know I'm ready for this too. I've already pre-ordered this one, so I'll be reading it as soon as I get it. probably. Well, I don't know. My track record ain't good with that, but we here. So, yeah, so this is about, let's see, she's perfectly content leading a quiet life in her small hometown. He's an adventurer with an unquenchable wanderlust. The two could not be more opposite if they tried. Okay, we know to see it. Opposites attract. Ooh, fake dating? Let's go. Another fake dating, yes. A tandem bicycle and a 500-mile road trip could change that. After a failed engagement and her mother's battle with cancer, Charlotte's life is finally starting to turn around as she's landed her dream job teaching music. What she didn't see coming was immediate closure of the school's music program. So she's determined to save it, even if it means getting creative. There's no way that she's chalking this up as another failure in her book of recent embarrassments. Zach Bryant is back in town, and he is here just long enough to see his brother Ben get married, and then he's off traveling the world again. He'd never imagined he'd run into Charlotte, his brother's ex-fiancée. Now, I don't know about brother's ex-fiancée, but we hear. Or that everyone would believe that he and Charlotte are an item. He certainly didn't dream he'd end up riding a tandem bicycle hundreds of miles with her in an attempt to raise funds for a defunct music program. But how can he say no when the prize money would help him out of his financial predicament too? So, can they set aside their differences? A few hundred miles in, she's questioning her deeply held assumptions about Zach and wondering if maybe tandem biking is the start of her biggest adventure yet. So, yeah, it sounds good. I normally don't love, like, the whole, like, sibling ex thing, but I did love Dear Henry, Love Edith, so we going for it. Next on the list is April the 9th, and that is the British Booksellers by I can't speak. Okay, I've talked too much. Christy Cambron. And I'm definitely not reading this synopsis. It's too long. But, I mean, it says it's inspired by real accounts of the forgotten Blitz bombings. It highlights the courage of those whose lives were forever changed by the war, and the stories that bind us in the fight for what matters most. So you got like a tenant farmer's son, an earl's daughter, the reality of the Great War, sober to youthful dreams. Decades later, he bears the brutal scars of battles fought in their trenches and their futures that were stolen away. So that's I don't know if it's like dual timeline, maybe. Kind of sounds like it. There says 25 years later, Charlotte remains a war widow. Lots of stuff going on here. I about lost my voice, y'all, so I'm not going to read all this. I will definitely link it below. But the last sentence says, from deep in the trenches of the Great War to the storied English countryside and the devastating Coventry Blitz of World War II, this explores the unbreakable bonds that unite us through love, loss, and the enduring solace that can be found between the pages of a book. So, yeah, it sounds interesting. Not one I'm going to pick up immediately, but it's one that I would love to read because I did really like the Italian ballerina. But, again, I'm not going to pick this up immediate, but look at that cover, though, you know? All right, the next one is Night Falls on Predicament Avenue by Jamie Jo Wright. I don't plan to pick this up for honest reading review, but I wanted to mention it just because it's kind of on my radar. I don't know if I'll read it or not right away. I think this one I'm going to wait and see what everybody says. But it says, in 1910, Effie James is living a dream for two. Younger sisters harboring a secret that has left timid Effie determined to fulfill her daring sister's grand plan of seeking out adventure in their small Iowa town. A British gentleman arrives, disrupting their peace with efforts to find the wife many claim lived in her final days and have now abandoned at the now abandoned house at 322 Predicament Avenue. Effie is thrust into intrigue that she couldn't have prepared for, but what she finds inside will forever link her to a scandal staining the house walls and to a woman whose secrets promise a curse. So, dual timeline, a century later, Nora Richmond is living out her late twins' dream of running their great aunt's bed and breakfast on Predicament Avenue, a place that Nora believes nothing good can come out of it after her sister's abduction and murder 13 years ago. Her first guest is a crime historian and podcaster, and Nora resolves to stay far away from this man, charming and enigmatic man, until another guest is found dead. So it sounds good, but I think I'm just gonna like hold out a little bit because I got so much else I'm reading. So yeah, I'll read it at some point. And oh, I forgot about this book. I want to talk about it. There is a book, let's back up and punt because I just realized I forgot something. An indie author book that I'm definitely going to read because one of my friends read it and really liked it. And it's called The Radiance of the Moon by Ashley Worrell. And this actually comes out in February, so I backed up quite a bit. My bad. But February 27th. I had screenshotted it meaning to add it in here, but it's set in Scotland. It's in the year 1383. And I'm not going to read all this, but there's like a terroristic campaign across the Highlands to increase this guy's wealth and land holdings. And they've turned sights from Scotland to the Kingdom of the Isles. And so there's all this stuff going on here with like political intrigue and battle. And there's this main guy, Hector? Yeah. And there's an Irish widow, Sara. And so I guess, are they the ones that are going to get together? Hector and Sara. Okay. They help one another, encourage one another, and they begin to come to terms with the past they're both trying to leave behind. And so this is a Christian romance. A future with her could only lead to war and disgrace. Hector knows that she can never become his wife, yet he cannot stop himself from falling in love with the one God entrusted to him, the woman he isn't supposed to marry. So, yeah, my friend Jamie, I saw that she rated this 5 stars, and I was like, I'm adding this to my TBR. Well, then the author reached out and asked if I wanted to read it, and I was like, yes. Would like to see it. So, she's going to send it to me because I really am interested in it. So, I think that's great because my friend Jamie said, if you like warriors, castles, love stories, and you want to read something fresh in Christian fiction, then this is for you. The ending was amazing. So, she said, much like life, this book can be gritty. Courage, strength, standing up for what you believe in, hopes and dreams, great sorrows and abundant, love for the Lord. I need to know. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to read that. I'm so sorry I forgot to put that in here right though. It was out of order. We hear. Very last one I have on here is The Roads We Follow by Nicole Deese. This is book 2 after The Words We Lost. So this says, as the youngest daughter of a country music legend, Reagan Farrow longs to establish an identity away from the spotlight and publish her small town romances under a pen name. But after her dream is dashed when she won't exploit her mother's fame to further her own career, she hears a rumor regarding a tell-all that's being written about the Farrow family. Making matters worse, an unknown author has gone to great lengths to remain anonymous until publication. Reagan chooses to keep the tell-all secret from her scandal-leery sisters as they embark on a 2-week cross-country road trip at their mother's request and make it their mission to expose the identity of the author behind it. But all is complicated when she discovers the hired bus driver, Micah Davenport, a hidden agenda of his own, one involving both of their mothers and an old box of journals. Okay, unexpected paths, undeniable connection. Let's go. So, yeah, that's another one. I'm definitely going to read that one too. 45 minutes of this. I probably got to cut 5 minutes probably. So, hopefully it's not too long. Plus the stuff at the beginning. We got about an hour video, y'all. So, I hope that you all enjoyed this. I did not really go looking around. Is my journal about to break? I think it's come undone, you guys. This is bad. No, I'm gonna fix it. Okay, I'm just gonna have to leave it. That's not good. I'm gonna have to leave it flat. I'm struggling. So anyway, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. My voice is about gone. Whew. I'm not gonna be able to film tomorrow, so I have to just like film when I can. But this will probably be like around day 13, 14, 15-ish. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe 12. We'll see. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know the books on this list that you're most excited for. I did not go through, that's what I was saying. I did not go through and find indie authors much other than that Ashley Worrell, however you say it. You know, I didn't really like look through the rom-coms. I'm sure there's a lot more books that are coming out the first half of the year. I didn't really look at mysteries, any of that stuff. I didn't look at cozy mystery authors. I strictly just kind of looked at Baker Publishing authors and Tyndale and Thomas Nelson, and I think I looked at some Barber Publishing, but I couldn't necessarily find all of theirs. Whatever was on NetGalley kind of helped me as well, and Goodreads. So I'm sure there's somebody I missed, so forgive me. I'm sure there's some others, but those are the ones I could find as of the filming of this video. So that's it from me. Thank you all for watching. Let's chat below in the comments about the ones you're most excited for, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye, y'all.